An interesting problem that the halacha deals with is when do we make a bracha achrona after we drink a liquid? Now, generally speaking, you have to drink a revius of this liquid. The exact measure of a revius we'll talk about on another time, but a revius is a small cup. If you drink a revius of mashke in a short amount of time, let's say less than 2 minutes, then you have to say a bracha achrona. That short amount of time is called kidei shtiyat revi'it. Kidei shtiyat revi'it means the time in general that people give themselves to drink that amount of liquid. There are Rishonim who hold that it's kidei achilat pras, the amount of time that it might take to eat a large slice of bread, which we might, even though this discussion is also quite involved, we can assume that that's even about 4 minutes, right? So that means that if you're drinking a liquid, and you have a certain amount, a small cup worth of that liquid, and you drink it up within 2 minutes, or maybe 4 minutes, then you should say a bracha achrona. The bracha achrona is borei nefashot. This is discussed in the Shulchan Aruch in Reish Yud, halacha aleph, right? Reish Yud, halacha aleph, where the Shulchan Aruch discusses what happens if you eat less than a kazayas, right? So he says, the Shulchan Aruch says this, the introduction of the Shulchan Aruch is, Ochel pachot mi kazayas bein mipat, bein mish'ar achalim, that if you eat less than a kazayat of bread or other kinds of food, v'hashoteh pachot mirvit, bein miyayin, bein mish'ar mashkin. So that's the question. You've actually eaten, but you've eaten less than a shiur, which obligates you to a bracha achrona. So the Shulchan Aruch paskins, mevorech tchila bracha hareuya la'osa hamin. In the beginning, you make the bracha that should be made, because even less than a kazayat or less than a reviyat, there's hanoah, you have pleasure from the eating or the drinking. But la'acharav, eino mevarecha. But afterwards, you don't make a bracha achrona. Right? That's the psak in the mechaber. Then the mechaber adds, Yesh b'stapkin lomar, shal davar shehu kibriyato. That on something that is found in nature, it's the way it grows, like a seed or a grape or a pomegranate seed, that you say the after bracha, mivarchim lacharav, af al pi she'ein bo kizayit. Af al pi she'ein bo kizayit. So that the Shulchan Aruch gets us involved in the problem of quantities, and says that less than a certain quantity of food, which, apparently doesn't give you real pleasure of eating and the kind of feeling of thankfulness that you need to say a bracha achrona, whether it's solid food or liquid food, we make the bracha before and we don't make the bracha afterwards. The exception might be what's called a berya, something which is found in nature, not a processed food, not a mixed food, not a cooked food, but a grape or a pomegranate seed presents a kind of a problem. And because of that, the Mechaber says, Lekach nachol mizaher shelo lechol birya pachot mikazayit. Since eating a birya is problematic, then we do what we always do when we eat something which leads me to have a problem with a bracha. We change it. We eat it in a way that problem does not exist. We'll continue this topic tomorrow.